Welcome back to another episode of Level Up Video Games, where we gain experience points by buying, selling, trading, and repairing retro video games. Today's episode, we're in a little disarray. We need to organize. I'll let the girls help me test some controllers, clean some controllers, play some games. And we got stuff kind of all over the place. I was taking pictures for the website and for this Xbox. We need to get that Super Nintendo right out here and put it in inventory. This PlayStation 3 is working perfectly fine, needs to be cleaned up. Just need to organize a little bit. I do need to accurately test these controllers. I have a program in the office that does it and allows me to make sure that the sticks and everything are working properly. I want to do that because I'm going to clean these up and get ready because I have baggies coming for controllers and like Wiimotes and pretty much everything I need to start putting them into inventory and putting them on the shelf and filling out this shelf a little bit more. So hopefully those bags will come fairly soon so I can start that. But on the back end, I need to get some controllers ready to go out. Just test as much as I can, put them up here and get ready for the bags, and then maybe even add them into inventory. Super Nintendo, that's working perfectly fine when I got it. I did have to adjust just a little, or just touch the color pot a little bit to adjust it, but I just tapped it and then cleaned it because it seemed to kind of off and on it. But that's working perfectly fine. Colors are fine. And then the SNES needs to go out. Hopefully we don't have any issues or problems and we can get on that. I have new sticks for the C-Stick and that stick for the silver GameCube controller coming. This new case for this Game Boy Advance might take a while to get. It's coming from China, and last time I read on the delivery, it's not until like November to get the new case and pretty much the new case for that. So yeah, that's down, which sucks because we don't have a Game Boy Advance in the class case, and that's going to take a while to get. While I was with the girls, we were testing stuff, and I tried to get Jaslyn to play some DS games. We have a Little Mermaid over here we were playing, that guy right there, and it wasn't loading quite right off the devices. So I switched to the Metroid Prime Hunter and realized that these right triggers don't work. So I had to take those out of inventory. I have to work on those at some point. Frustrating. We got some work to do. I'm going to get the kids ready, take them to daycare, come back. I'm not even going to go to Goodwill Day. I'm going to start organizing this. We also picked up another system last night. I'll show you guys when I get back. I wasn't going to go to Goodwill. I got to go to Goodwill. It's just a habit. We ended up grabbing something last night, and let me show you what that is. Grabbed a Xbox 360. I think this is a Model S. Now, it's a third-party hard drive in here. They said it's a 250 gig. When I mean third-party, meaning the hard drive usually for the Xbox 360s, if it's original, has the mount right here stitched in it. This is just a third-party holder, so they're very difficult to get apart. Looks like someone actually ended up trying to get it apart. So essentially I have to figure out how big it is in the system itself just to verify that it is 250. But we picked up that. It came with two controllers. We need to add an HDMI cable to it and some games. We got Grand Theft Auto 5, Forza Motorsports 2, Forza Horizon, probably the best of the lot, Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. We didn't pay. I think I gave them $50 for the system. I sell them again for about $90 for the 250 gigs. And I have a few systems. I think these two systems are ready to go. They just need a hard drive, which I have hard drives. So I think I'm going to order some Xbox 360 cases for the hard drives because we need some. Then we're going to start working on it. I organized and cleaned this a little bit. I'm going to put these PlayStation 4 controllers away. until I get the parts. Same thing for the Xbox controller. I do have an Xbox over here that I might use it to test really quick. We're gonna work on this PlayStation 4 after getting through a little bit of inventory. The customer's PlayStation 4, it's having the same issue that I've had with another system, where plug in a USB, no controller activation, nothing, doesn't boot up. It might just be a hard drive issue, so we can reformat a 160 gig hard drive. We have an NES, and to be honest, I have to test it and maybe potentially change the pins on it. That's going to be next. I did start on the controllers for the wireless PlayStation 2, but let's see if I can show you. There's got some big old corrosion inside. Someone left the batteries in it. I got some vinegar on those to clean them up and help break down the corrosion on it. So I'm just going to let those soak for a little bit and then get back to it later. For right now, I'm going to start getting this PlayStation 4, seeing if I can do anything with it. It may just be a potential water issue with one of the chips on here that reads the hard drive and essentially is not properly working. Now, I also don't have any parts for a Slim or a working Slim to test out any potential issues or problems. So we're just going to do our best with it. There's not, you know, it's not in the best shape. The hard drive case is missing. The back is missing the cover, but we'll test it out. Kind of working back and forth. I essentially got this NES working perfectly fine. No issues or problems, no pin issues. But Travis gave me a couple games that I wanted to test. These ones are all working perfectly fine. I fixed Super Mario 2. The screen was all jarbled and having issues. One of the traces were broken. There was some rust in here, water that got in and rusted some traces. So I was able to find that and fix that one. But we're looking at, what was this, Rad Racer? To be honest, there's just rust all the way through this thing. Like on some pins and over here in this corner. Specifically, like all over the place. I don't really want to find the traces for Rad Racer. So I essentially just stole the screws from it. I'm going to take the screws from Rad Racer. I put the screws because for some reason Super Mario Bros. 2 did not have screws. And we're essentially going to call that quits and just get rid of Rad Racer. I'm not even going to deal with it. We got Dr. Mario and Excitebike. I think I want to work on Dr. Mario because it has pretty much the same issue that Super Mario Bros. 2 did. Pretty sure all these came from the same lot because these things are in some rough shape. But as you can tell, it has some horizontal lines, and when I wiggle this cart around and restart, it does not make a difference at all. So we're going to take this one apart and see what the traces look like. I've been working on this PS4 off and on. It has some issues. Right now, there is a game stuck in it, and every time I hit eject, it makes the sound, but it doesn't eject. So I'm getting frustrated. I did fix the issue with the ports. This one was not reading. There was a bunch of dust and debris in there, and it wasn't clean, so the contacts were kind of garbage. But also, sometimes the hard drive will boot. Sometimes it won't. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to see if I can get the disc. The disc is also not reading properly, skipping and having issues, even though these things are practically brand new and work perfectly fine. And I've also cleaned them, so I know it's not the disc. It's got to be the so I wanted to take this one apart, but I really don't want to. So we're just going to work on Dr. Mario right now. So we got some packages here from UPS. Let's open up and take a look and see what's going on, because I'm pretty sure these are just supplies, but I want to double check. All right, we're going to open this one. This one says internet pouch. I don't know what that is. Oh, wow. These are the 4x6s for labels for UPS. That thing's huge. Okay. This is, oh, nice. These are our clear bag orders. So we got 500 pack of these tiny little bags. So I'm going to test these out really quick. So I wanted to see if it'll fit a Game Gear game inside of it. That's the reason why I actually ended up buying these sizes. Because if a Game Gear game can fit in it, pretty much any other game should be able to fit in it. Well, kind of fits in it. It tore it off, tore it apart. It's a little too thick, the top of it is, but we're going to try out a Game Boy game. But really, it's just so, I mean, I'm okay with that in general right now. So next time I'll probably get larger, tiny bags. But these are going to be for also Game Boy Advance and Game Boy. So we're going to grab 2 of those and see if they work. Now, the Game Gears are larger than the Game Boy games. Game Boy games will seal up perfectly fine. Now those, because now I can essentially put the label right up here on the baggies and not have to ruin or get any sticker residue on top of the cartridges. So yeah, I mean, Game Boy Advance works perfectly fine. Game Boy fits pretty well. The Game Gears split open the bag, but at least now I can actually still put them on a shelf with a label. Or essentially what I'm going to do now, watch, let me show you. Right up here, I can now start putting Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy games. Essentially, I can start hanging them, and I don't have to hold too much inventory on the systems. I think I'm going to start doing that, and that's why I got these hang tabs for this specific reason. So that's going to be cool. So like I said, Game Gear games. Let's try one more. Let's try one more. I got 500 of these tiny baggies, so we'll see. Well, that one worked perfectly fine. It's a really tight fit, though, but that will fit in there. And now I can start putting Game Gears. Essentially, I got a box full of stuff that I can just start putting out now. So these baggies are going to be for cartridges, and hopefully all the cartridges fit in this one bag. Biggest thing that I wanted to try to fit in here is going to be NES games. So this is a manual, the game, and a sleeve. Let's see if it'll work. It is a fairly close fit to get that back over, but in general, that works. So that means if I have any standard cartridges for NES, it'll work perfectly fine. So perfect. Now I could just put the price right on the plastic without having to worry about it. Now let's try Super Nintendo and N64. These ones, I only got 200 just to try it out. So we'll see if it works. Now, since NES cartridges fit in there, I'm pretty sure SNES cartridges will fit. Let's find out. Again, tight fit, but they fit. So, and I have to put it inside the baggie sideways. So what sizes are these? Let's check. I think next time I get these bags, I might do 6x6s instead of 5.5 by 5.5. I'll probably make them fit a little bit better on there. Let's try N64 games. I'm pretty sure they'll fit in here perfectly fine. Let's try N64 games. I'm pretty sure they'll fit in here perfectly fine. Before I get carried away of starting putting stuff in baggies, we got one more package. This is also labels. These are 4x6s, but these are... These are the folded ones. The actual Zebras can use folded ones as well. So you get a lot more folded from UPS than you do the round ones. Not including that round one. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller, but it's not. So we'll see what we can do. Ahead and put the DS, Game Boy Advance, and 3DS games up here because the loose ones are going to start going up here. I was going to have them over here on the rack, hanging up kind of like right here, but I kind of want to keep this predominantly just controllers and power and just stuff I can hang a little bit easier. Let's see if I want to keep it like this, because it does block this little area for games, but I can always shift them over and put the games sideways like this and still have plenty of room to move them and change them up if I want to. So we're going to do that for right now and see if I want to change that later. But this also gives you it's the main focus of all the games anyways. This gives you an area to just find Game Boy Advance and then look through them. Also frees up space out here, right up here in the glass case. So now I just have the Game Boy N64 and the systems in the glass case right over here. I do have one game in there, and then everything else is pretty much cartridge base and disc base, so they all have cases. So this will work perfectly fine and be good for those. That also means I can start going through some of the loose DS and 3DS games I have. A pile of games in here. It's a lot of kind of third-party stuff. That also means I can put the GameCube and PlayStation 2 memory cards out and continue going from there. It'd be awesome keeping these little guys essentially in one spot and in baggies so I can actually hang them and I don't have to have them in the glass case. So I'm going to continue working on that. More excited for these to be pushed out than I am right now that Dr. Mario to be fixed. I do need to get the NES done, and that still needs some work. I'm going to take my time. I want to work on these right now. Try it or check to see if the PSP games will fit. Let's find out. Fit perfectly fine. That's awesome. Now let's put these all in baggies. We got another package here. I don't know what it is. I'm going to open it up and let you guys know. And we just grabbed our joystick replacement sticks for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We still got kind of a mess going on, but that PlayStation 4 needs a new hard drive. I didn't have to take it apart. I just put in a 160, reinstalled it, and then everything kind of worked perfectly fine. I essentially went through all these and had to resolder a lot of traces for the Super Nintendo or the NES games. These are all for Travis. That Super Nintendo is good to go. Just needs to be pictures. This is mine. I was going to start working on it, but I didn't end up doing it. Didn't touch those. Got the bags. Did get a lot of... Actually, let me show you. That whole entire little container has all those games bagged up, ready to go. Right now, instead of later, we actually ended up selling one of our Mario Kart bundles. We ended up selling a complete Wii bundle with Mario Kart 2, Mario Kart steering wheels, 2 controllers, AV, power, and then for $140. We've essentially been up a little bit later than going to bed early because I kind of wanted to get some more stuff done. Even though we're going to be gone for the week, I just wanted to get a little bit ahead. Actually, got Travis all of his NES games working, all tested. It's all great. They haven't paid for the Wii yet, for the Wii bundle, so I'm just going to probably leave it. I'm not even going to pack it unless they pay tomorrow and I can get it dropped off. Xbox 360 is working perfectly fine. Got to clean it up and get it posted. That is my personal NES. It needed some work done to it. It was a little jankety every time you pushed the game down. It wasn't working properly. So now that's working perfectly fine. Put that back in the office. It does have a little charm. You can see some crack right there. It is what it is. I could probably just get a new shell when one comes in and just sell it as is. That one's going to be sold. And then I got all of these game discs clean. And that one's tested and working. So we're kind of ahead of the schedule. I'm officially done. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and the subscribe button down below. Put a comment saying, I'm pretty sure I need dongles to test pretty much all the PlayStation 3 stuff, Rock Band things. If I don't, let me know. Maybe I can figure out a way how to make that work without having to use the dongles. At least I can test them. They're all in decent shape. They just need to be cleaned, but I have no way to test it without the dongles. I also got these 2 battery compartments cleaned out and put batteries in it, and the lights are coming on, so those are tested. I will fully test those when I get back from vacation. But this is officially the end of my day. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to level up.